Hello, this is KRBrickBot, and Miniforce is going on, rebooting with a new season, Animal Force. Like new animal themed instead of dino themed suits and mecha talking suits and giant robots. But at the same time, Toytron, the current distributor of Miniforce, has reissued some of their older toys. Like the very first wave of the Miniforce from Sonokong in 2014 and the third season or the second mid-season Penta-Axbots, the 5 Penta-Axbots. But not the second season, the second iteration weedy, topply Ford body mecha. And also for the first time ever in the Korean market, that 5-in-1 King Guy's retooled Transbots. But in addition to that, they also made some brand new, smaller miniature Miniforce bots. I'm not into Miniforce as much as the robots in disguise, Tobot and Carbot, so I decided to give these smaller, more affordable things a go. Yeah, just showing the back of the box because the boxes just illustrate the fancy CGI models. What do the toys actually look like? As disclaimed by the bottom of the box, contents may vary. Yep, they look very different from the actual model. Yeah, I think these are... I knew what I was getting into. These look much more chibi. They're much more chibi proportioned. And of course, a lot more simplified. I think the packaging is essentially a shrunken down version of the bigger reissued Miniforce Transbots packaging. Instead of that old Sonokong style, it's a more reduced style, like white that bleeds into the character thematic colors and only the CG images, no toy photos of the actual toy on the box. Tukong Force Trans Mini Voltbot and Mini Sammy Bot. Yeah, these were the only two available because I haven't seen any Lucy bots or Max bots. Yep, that's the old Miniforce logo. I think the only one with a much more distinct symbol because I don't think the other iterations had a really identifiable symbol. 36 plus month. Toytron. Top of the box. And the side of the box, more fancy images. Yep, just the robot mode here. As you can see, it's a June 2021, so this is not like an old thing. With this Chinese company that made this stuff. Toytron and such. Okay, that said, opening the box. It's in a double clamshell. It's no twisty ties here, just some tape. This is rather thin though. This is rather thin plastic. Yep, so no need for twisty ties. Just instantly rip it out or pull it out and play. Well, I have a straight reference for what the model and the original toy relatively looks like and what this mini version looks like. Much more cuter, chibi proportioned, shorter legs, thicker legs, simplified legs, shorter arms, a bigger, rounder head. But otherwise, this looks like it transforms in generally the same way as the bigger Voltbot, excuse me. Not sure about the back. Yeah, that is the plainest of plain backs. No sorts of extra detailing, paneling, greebling whatsoever. That's very cheap. I guess the chest wings don't overshadow the chest as it did on the bigger one. If it's not as big, and of course, it doesn't come with a fancy sword. There are holes, but nothing to plug it in. Articulation. There's a full head swivel at least. Usually these things wouldn't bother with head swivels. But just slight shoulder in and out. And a second shoulder joint for transformation, but no forward motion at all. Ball socketed forward and ball socketed backwards. And transformational knee all the way, and the splits. The splits on the separately molded milky POM plastic. Yeah, so that's a good design choice. Just make the ball sockets separate pieces. But why on this small thing? Look, there's the Made in China stamp right there. the inside of the legs also have no detailing at all. Yeah, just having the made in China right there just really sells that this is like a cheaper quality thing. I mean, I don't think it's the same high quality Vietnamese sourced Korean plastic. But yeah, but I don't think it's, but at the same time, it's not the super cheap bootleg plastic. Yeah, I guess it's a low quality, high grade plastic, if that makes sense. Sammy Bot transformation. Pop off the chest thing. Fold that in. Fold the arms and then put them on slider rails and just slide the arms forward. Flip out the back windscreens and fold in the feet. Don't forget to fold in feet. Well, they will automatically do that. Lightly tap them together. This is the most annoying thing about the transformation. The sides of these panels really scrape the sides of the arms. Yeah, that doesn't feel good. And yeah, it will just overlap and scrape whenever transforming, and then just plop the spoiler back on. Mini Voltbot car mode. So this car mode force machine is like that blocky toyetic car, but cuter and toyeticer. Because with much more bigger wheels. Much more bigger wheels, and I guess the more softer curve just makes it really look like a really kiddie toy. Also, I think the front bonnet might be slightly more curved outward compared to the photo, at least. And yeah, of course, really round headlights. No combining ports there. That's where the combining figures of the bigger ones would plug in just right in the headlights. Yeah, at least it does have those little vents on the top of the feet vents. And some nicely painted black windows except on the back. And the spoiler. And the silver painted rear lights. Yeah, I guess with this kind of thing, there really did not need to be a big need for lots of paint. But yeah, what paint is on there, it's mostly accurate. Yeah, this windscreen falls a little short. And of course, the Miniforce logo is right there. Nitpickingly not aligned perfectly or painted perfectly. But yeah, that's a little cute little car. Accessories put off to the side separately. The mini Sammy Bot, on the other hand, is significantly different from the main model because of, I guess, it's just very simplified transformation, and I guess they wanted to keep the transformation the same as Sammy Bot. So, of course, it's also cheap in proportion, the limbs smaller, squatter, and thicker. Though, which really does give him some diet in those original design awfully spindly legs and upper knees. And of course, the shoulders are back here. Because it's all fake pieces. This is a fake chest when this could have been an actual car chest, but this is a fake chest. And of course, very simple, just flip over, just car roofs. Very plain. Oh yeah, and the little guns, they just plug in on the shoulders right here. And I guess you could just plug them on the legs just to keep them on the legs, but or try to put them in the hands. I guess the hand holes are big enough, but the wheel cable gets in the way, so it can't hold them in the hand. Pointless hand holes. And that is a chibi-fied head, but something really strange happened to the head. He has a nose now. It didn't have a nose, it was just a faceplate with a chin, but for some reason it looks like the designer misinterpreted something and just gave it a nose. It's a nose with a chin now. I mean, that is really inaccurate. That is what happened there. Articulation. Unlike Sammy Bot, nothing at the head, although I feel a very slight side-to-side wiggle. I think there's something restricting it. Also, like the double jointed shoulder joints, just for transformation. Shrug. Outward. Nothing else. No forward or backward. Ball socket forward that much and back that much. The cable gets in the way. Move it out of the way to get it more all the way. And technically, I don't think it's supposed to have knees. They really lock in if you lock it in, but yeah, unlock it and you have some really awkward looking knees because of these details have to get in the way. Yep, so that's a weird looking knee. Made in China stamp, completely plain insides. I guess having the back kibble at least remedies the completely plain back. But not much. Also, yeah, and no sort of transformational foots, and the back is also rather round, so this thing can topple easily. Sammy Bot transformation. Take those off. Put that over his head. And as you see, there are cuts for these panel joints to slide back in. Yep, slide forward. Just hinge the cockpit piece forward, and then fold those legs over. Put the guns back on. Sammy Bot truck mode thing. The Sammy Bot Force machine is a red truck. I guess some kids will want to say it's a fire truck. But it's not really clear it's a fire truck. It just looks like an armored truck. Kinda looks like animated Bulkhead. Yeah, just a truck with these big cannons, and of course, only some gray and black is painted on. The Miniforce logo there, no extra highlights or such. And I think the truck was slightly longer, but I guess this doesn't look too out of place as the Mini Voltbot. I guess it has smaller wheels. Still a cheaper proportion, one wheel base distance. In the back, yeah, the little back thruster things. But I guess a perfectly serviceable kid toyetic truck van thing. Yeah, I guess it's kind of weird. I guess it's kind of weird that the bird character has a ground vehicle like all the others, until the later iterations gave him a more flying vehicles akin to birds. They're like deluxe size, but proportionately, they're like the old Tobot minis. Like the, bigger heads, shorter arms, limited articulation. They are not like the newer Tobot V minis, which are just actual downscalings of the, actual models, the cool ones, and not just the chibi. It's not the cheapification. I've always said I kind of like the bigger original Tobot toys, but not the cheapification of the minier ones. Yeah, it's that style. The cuter, kid-friendly style of robot. Big wheels, short wheelbases, chibi cars. Chibi cars, like a chibi Tobot, compared to the actual cooler looking, longer wheel cars. And the Tobot Vs, yeah, this looks cool, this looks cute and kitty for the kids. Kitty Miniforce bots, even more kittier than they already were. For Miniforce's first venture into miniaturizations of their mecha that transform, yeah, this is a really weird departure. The decision to make these smaller, simplified, and cheapified. Not just smaller, but stylistically different. And such, they're kind of less functional, less quality than Korean toys. They don't combine. I think I paid more for the retail price for these than this before shipping, but I guess it does what it does. It is what it is. They're great little handheld toys for your little kids as they watch Miniforce on Netflix or YouTube. This is for kids, and it's just for kids, and really, this is only for kids, I guess. Yeah, but at least, yeah, they're nice little things of childhood memory than just, plastic things to throw around in a toy box and such. But of course, they're not sold in the US. They're not sold in other places easily, accessibly, like Netflix. Miniforce is on Netflix in the USA, but toys not readily available on like Tobot, which has its Amazon store. But yes, but I guess Toytron doesn't really have a American presence, of course. And I guess these are the two most popular mecha, because I have no idea why I haven't seen any miniature LucyBot or MaxBot. So if you want these first year Miniforce mecha in all their really preliminary early installment weirdness, glory, and their that weird combiner Force Giantron, the 2-in-1, 4-in-1 thing, you're better off spending a few more dollars to get the original bigger reissues on AliExpress or Korea or Sir Toys. I guess either for yourself or for your kids, because I guess the kids will enjoy playing with the big ones as much as the little ones. And again, the little ones are, you know, just, as I said, pocket size. And also, they're not so fiddly and parts formery since they don't have to combine. So, they'll hold together pretty well as long as you don't lose the accessories. Okay, I think I got my points across.